morning. Today is January 6th, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topic is Taiwan-U.S. trade negotiations. First, there is a saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words. President Tsai posted a photo from 1986 yesterday, which aroused the discussions. Many people noticed that President Tsai was wearing a skirt. But I think the point is not about a skirt, but it's about the occasion she attended. Why? Here are some points. A. President Tsai's photo was taken during a trade meeting with a United States trade representative in 1986. And why is this photo released at this moment? I think it shows that Taiwan is about to begin its international organizations negotiations. Does it imply that Taiwan and the USTR will start BTA negotiations after leaving the ban of U.S. pork? At the same time, Taiwan entering the CPTPP is also one of the focus. B. U.S. pork with red table meat was officially imported to Taiwan on January 1st this year. But because the government officials have not yet visited U.S. factories for inspections, it is said that the U.S. pork with red table meat will enter Taiwan around April at the earliest. Taiwanese people are still wondering what is going to happen after the import of U.S. pork with red table meat. Meanwhile, the price of Taiwanese pork has risen slightly as the import is in progress. I'm looking forward to further progress in the signing of BTA between Taiwan and the U.S., and I also think that the conflicts of import of U.S. pork with red table meat will be appeased in a couple months. Here are the top stories. Today, we have two confirmed cases. They are all imported cases. They came from the Philippines and Indonesia. First, I want to talk about U.S. and Taiwan have deeper ties. U.S. senior official to hold political military dialogue with Taiwan. According to the U.S. Department of State, Assistant Secretary of State for Political Military Affairs, Clark Cooper, will attend the meeting on Jan 7th, and it is expected to cover regional developments, Taiwan-U.S. military cooperations, and arms sales. We know that Taiwan's representative to the U.S., Xiaobei Kim, once met with Cooper when she took office in July last year. We can see over here that, Cooper once, had a picture with Xiaobei Kim. And also Cooper once said in an interview that if it is necessary, the U.S. will ensure that Taiwan will not be infringed by China or even military reunification. On the other hand, China has a massive arrest on the Hong Kong activists, and it aroused the criticism from the international community. According to Reuters, over 50 Hong Kong activists were arrested under security law as crackdown intensifies. And the arrests on Wednesday included former lawmakers and activists James Chou, Tu Jingshen, Lin Zhuoting, Lisa Shang, Chen Aohui. We know that Hong Kong activist Nathan Law voiced support for Hong Kongers. And he said, Hong Kong people, we must bear the grudge against China. Well, also, incoming U.S. Secretary of State Blinken slammed China, and he tweeted that the sweeping arrests of pro-democracy demonstrators are an assault on those bravely advocating for universal rights. Well, it is ironic that at the same time, China reinforced their United Front war with Taiwan. CCP's United Front will extend to overseas Taiwanese. We can see over here, the CCP today released a new version of the regulations of CCP on the United Front work and revised the content of developing and strengthening Taiwan's patriotic reunification forces and continuously promoting the progress of peaceful reunification of the motherland in the United Front against Taiwan. I know there's a lot of things about that, but I want to talk about for the Fujian province also lists out 225 equal treatment to attract Taiwanese. We know that China announced the list of equal treatment for Taiwanese compatriots and Taiwanese enterprise in Fujian province, allowing Taiwanese enterprises in Fujian to register as Chinese enterprises, and Taiwanese companies and also Taiwanese compatriots can also participate in politics. Well, however, Taiwan Mainland Affairs Council fight back China. Spokesperson Cho Jue-jin said that, he said, China uses work interests to cover the purpose of the United Front or exchange activists with political intent to deliberately shade the illusion of cross-strait interactions. Additionally, PLA fighters intruded Taiwan's ADIZ at 7:46 a.m. today. On the other hand, President Tsai congratulates U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's re-elections, and she tweeted that congratulations to Speaker Pelosi on your re-election as Speaker of the House. We will continue to build a stronger Taiwan-U.S. partnership based on these shared values. Well, that is so true. And this is Catherine from Taipei. This is The View with Catherine Chang. And I'll see you tomorrow.